found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living."
Today we're going to be talking about SI joint pain, SI joint discomfort, and 3 simple things that you can do starting right now to help get yourself moving, get yourself back on track, and potentially relieve some discomfort so that you can do more life, get out there with the kids, lift, bend, twist, and do the things you love. Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Bradbury, family corrective chiropractor, and we're here in Georgetown, Ontario at One Life Family Chiropractic. And remember, if your SI joints are bothering you, it's most likely a neuromusculoskeletal issue, meaning maybe the joints are stuck, the muscles aren't firing properly, the brain's not getting the right input. So I'm going to teach you today some simple things that you can do for yourself right now. And as a corrective chiropractor, yes, I want to know maybe your SI joint started talking to you and you're uncomfortable and it's preventing you from bending, twisting, sitting comfortably, standing up straight, and doing life with your kids. So I want to know what's going on, yes, of course, at the level of the SI joint, because maybe there's some areas there that are shifted and stuck, and maybe you've gotten to the point where you're experiencing symptoms. But oftentimes the dysfunction was there long before necessarily the alarm bells went off. So we're going to address here. And also, I'd like to look at the whole system because the whole system has to work for you to function and heal optimally. And where do all the messages start? In your brain, sending messages all the way down to your muscles, your organs, all the important things, and helping with how you heal. So some of the areas you're going to feel, maybe your SI joints, and some of the areas you're going to have no idea about. And maybe your neck is shifted. And the only way to find out about that is to test. And that's why, as a corrective chiropractor, I look at the whole spine and nervous system to know what's going on the inside, because this is going to be a factor in how you function and move and heal, as well as down here. So consider the whole system. What I want to lean into is what you can do right now if you're at home. First of all, if you're at home watching this, take that break, stand up, and I want you to bring your phone up just like this as you watch the rest of the video. Get yourself out of this position, because guess what? This is not helping with your mobility, your spinal health. You're practicing this more and you're getting better at what you practice. You're doing more practice of this position. You're getting better at this potentially by doing it for 30 to 40 hours a week, plus you're commuting. So consider how much you do that. Stand up and let's get started. So movement number 1 is grabbing your foam roller. You can see here I have a piece of ABS pipe with some tape wrapped around it. And whatever you may do, start with the less. Probably the less is more version. If you start with the foam roller, great. And what I do is I got this set up just like this, and I'm going to breathe. I have one leg crossed over. My target is my right glute. So I've put this in a stretch position, and I'm just going to sit back and forth. I may lean back a little more at times, but I'm going to roll back and forth. I'll breathe. And remember, when you're in this position, you may be a little bit uncomfortable. Focus on your breathing. Longer out, 4 seconds out, 2 seconds in, and just focus on loosening up those tissues. You're probably going to have some trigger points, but this is something that you can do daily. And just because maybe your right SI joint is bothering you doesn't mean you shouldn't work on some trigger points and help your tissues on the left side too. So spend the 1 to 2 minutes on this side and then switch sides. And you may be surprised that once you get on it, there's some discomfort too. And some of those trigger points are really hot, which just work on them 1 to 2, 1 to 3 minutes, working on your breathing. All right, so with number 2, what you're doing is you'll see this ball, this soft tissue ball. I'm gonna actually have you lean on the wall just like this. And you will probably find higher up on your glute, like your glute med, all around that SI joint. Again, you may have some trigger points, but what I want you to do is focus on your breathing and hang out here. I'll work to the side even, and you'll see some of those tissues that wrap around your TFL. Breathe. And when you're here, you're probably again going to spend 1 to 2 minutes, but this is really great. You can go on the ground if you want, but the reason why, this is, you can progress this. If you start on the wall, you may find it just more productive in the sense it may not be as intense, and you can just keep it at your desk. So you're doing your standing break, and if you have that SI joint discomfort, really get in there. You can even work higher up, some of your lumbar spine erectors. So you're working really above and below where you may be noticing it. But wherever you're going to work, be consistent and apply this strategy daily and watch what may happen. Now, for our third movement, what you're going to do is actually lay on your back. And what I want you to do is just feet flat and gently let your knees sway to one side and then the other side. So back and forth. And you can hang out here 20 to 30 seconds. And then you're just gently mobilizing the low back with the hips and pausing for those 20 to 30 seconds at each side. So you have some simple strategies, and the key is to be consistent with them so you can help loosen up the tissues and have a strategy that's empowering so you don't feel like you're just uncomfortable and can barely get through your day, especially if you're a busy parent, mom or dad, trying to get yourself back on track. Drive the kids, pick them up, get where they need to be, and go from there. So consider these 3 simple things, and remember, like anything, consistency is going to be key, especially if you're suffering from SI joint pain, and just having a strategy is so much more empowering. So thank you. I appreciate you very much tuning in today. And of course, as I've shared in the past, I can't do it alone in terms of, I got a big mission in terms of helping people understand their health more. They need more function for more health, and their spinal health is vitally important. So please take a moment. I'd love to have you subscribe, get our future updates, like it, and share it with somebody who you're thinking about. If you're thinking somebody may benefit, stick it on your feed or grab the URL and send it directly to them. You never know whose life you're going to impact. So thank you so much. And remember that you're far stronger, more resilient, and resourceful than you may have been led to believe. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching Dr. Matt's self-help videos. See you in the next video.